Welcome to Dover International Speedway, aka the Monster Mile. I am your host, Crazy Dallas, and the Crazy Dallas Cup Series is back once again in action. It has been a very long time since the Crazy Dallas Cup Series has been, up and going, and luckily we are officially back after about a month of no racing action, and I apologize, of course, about that. We are back. Like I said, it was a matter of time. It was coming back, guys. Don't worry. I also want to point out that the recordings that I did for this, I actually did at my old house before I moved, if that makes sense. Right before I moved. So that's why, it's kind of odd how this video is, but the editing itself is after I moved, if that makes sense, which hopefully does, because I don't want to explain it again. I also want to point out this is the Crazy Dallas Cup Series first ever All-Star race. This is the CDCS All-Star race at Dover International Speedway, aka the Monster Mile. Once again, I'm your host, Crazy Dallas. We are back in racing action. The top 24 cars in the point standings as of right now got into this All-Star race. And no matter if you finish last or first, you get at least a couple points. So this is big. If you're in the top 24 in points, you have a really good shot, especially in the top 15 in points. You have a very good shot of winning it all for the Crazy Dallas Cup Series Championship chase. There are 24 cars. Top 24 got into this race from the point standings. And shout out to our driver that we'll get to here in just a few minutes for winning a pole. The winner of this race will receive 30 points, which is half of what a CDCS regular race is. And then if you win a pole for this All-Star race, you would have gotten 3 points for winning the pole, which I know isn't half of 5 points, but I didn't want to do 2.5, which makes sense to you guys. So yeah, let's take a look at the Dover Monster Mile track. Here's the little layout. We have the little starting gate, as we always do, with that classic start. We have a right turn, which unfortunately is pretty common in the CDCS series, even though NASCAR go left. And then there's the iconic finish line from the front stretch, looking nice and bold and very easy to tell where the finish line is. They passed a little grass area coming into turn 1 there at Dover to make sure the cars go slow, and that way they don't, injure themselves or something stupid. Shout out to Denny Hamlin for winning the Crazy Dallas Cup Series All-Star Race pole winner. He is your pole winner. Denny Hamlin started off the season really, really shaky as he came out of nowhere, and now he's up to third in points. Out of nowhere, he won the Pepsi 600. He won the pole for Dover now for the All-Star race. He is on a roll. Here's a look at your top 24 cars in the point standings that will be racing today. Like I said, if you're outside the top 24 out of 39 cars in the point standings, you are not in this race. Sorry. But like I said, here is a look at your top 10, or I'll announce the top 10 for the start of the race. Denny Hamlin first, Chase Briscoe second, Brad Keselowski third, Kyle Larson fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Ryan Blaney sixth, Bubba Wallace seventh, Christopher Bell eighth, Joey Logano ninth, and Tyler Reddick 10th. A lot of Toyotas qualified very, very well in this race, and a lot of the Chevys qualified pretty decent as well. But man, I am very concerned for those Fords. But let's go ahead and get started. We have your pole setter, Denny Hamlin, in the number 11 Sport Clips car on the pole. He's on the pole, and if he's not careful, he might hit the pole. That's what they used to say back in the day. Bubba Wallace will start in second. Denny Hamlin's teammate for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs, in that 54 car, starting third. And then the only non-Toyota in this first segment of the All-Star race, 38 Benabone car for Front Row Motorsports. He has been actually having a pretty underrated year. That's Zane Smith in the 38. 3 Toyotas starting the top 3. Fourth place is a Ford. Let's do it. Caution is out on the track for the first time today, and here's what happened. It's Ty Gibbs, who started third. He is stuck on the railing on the track coming out of turn 4. Look at this. Denny Hamlin, the leader, barely crosses the finish line by his fender. Lord have mercy. Look how close that is. We're not going to get a replay, which is very janky. Hey, who's editing this video? Oh, that's right. It's me. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Good thing it's a YouTube video and not live. Anyways, coming to 2 laps to go. Each segment, by the way, except for the main event, has 4 laps. Denny Hamlin leads. Caution is out on the track for our first El Reco since like a month. And it looks like it's Zane Smith. Oh no! The one non-Toyota is out of it. Oh, that sucks for Zane Smith. He is having, like I said, a very underrated year. He's in the top 15 in points. Let's take a look at what happened. He's in 4th place right now. He's side by side with Gibbs. Oh, it looked like maybe he hit the railing. It looked like Ty Gibbs did not give Zane Smith enough room on the inside. It looked like Zane Smith hit the apron and kind of slid on his side. Oh, man, that is painful for Front Row Motorsports in that 38 car. And looks like they won't be getting that many points, but at least they get some points. All right, coming to the final lap. White flag is out for segment number 1. Denny Hamlin first on the inside in that 11 car. Bubba Wallace starting second on the outside of him. And then Denny Hamlin's teammate, Ty Gibbs, is going to hang on there low in the inside to help out a teammate maybe win here. Let's find out. Well, all I can say is that is what a teammate does. Denny Hamlin can get the segment win, and he will win it in that 11 Sport Clips car. Looked very dominant. Didn't look like anybody even had a shot to even get to him. Man, he had a great qualifying too. Bubba Wallace finishes second. Ty Gibbs pushes Denny Hamlin to the win, last third. All right, segment number 2. Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin's teammate, and that another teammate in the 19. Starting first in this segment. And then Denny Hamlin's third teammate, which is the last teammate. You just saw all 4 Joe Gibbs racing cars in the first 2 segments. That's pretty special. That 20 car, Christopher Bell. And then we got the 1 car, Busch Light car, Ross Chastain. And the 43 car, Eric Jones. Caution is out on the track for the 3rd time today. No El Reco. Chase Briscoe sideways in front of Christopher Bell at the finish line. And Chastain gets tangled up with Eric Jones coming to the line on the front stretch. Here is a look at a replay. This time we get a replay. And, there's Briscoe making a very aggressive block. Not sure what happened with Chastain, but it looked like, I'm guessing Chastain did the same thing with Jones, just made an aggressive block. That's Chastain trying to Eric Jones just got Chastain there. All right, coming to 3 laps to go. Wow, take a look at this photo finish between Chase Briscoe in the 19 and Eric Jones in the 43. Toyota's there. Oh, that is really close, guys. Look at how close this is. The finish line is that little silver spot. Oh, man, look how close that is. I think it's Briscoe. It is! By 0.002 seconds, that close. It's Briscoe. Jones had a big run on the outside, but Briscoe still was able to barely get it by that close. That is crazy. Coming to the white flag, that is big for Briscoe. He's still up in the front row. Caution is out on the track for another El Reco. And let's see who it is. Oh, it's Eric Jones. And he's on his side, sort of, mainly. He's only on 2 wheels. He is stuck on the railing at Dover. You don't see that too often. Here's a replay. Oh, yeah, Chastain got into him. And look at this block by Christopher Bell in the 20. Look at this. To hang on to first place with 1 lap to go coming to 1 lap to go. Eric Jones, though, out of the race. That is a really tough break for that 43 car. Eric Jones has had a actually pretty decent season so far. He's in the top 20 in points, or he was. Probably not anymore, unfortunately for him. But man, coming to the white flag, Bell leading in that 20 car on the inside. His outside, his teammate, Chase Briscoe, right outside of him, starting in second. And look at Ross Chastain getting a little interesting, picking the outside. Chase Briscoe gets the segment win as he is able to pass his teammate Christopher Bell with a very clean move. And look at Christopher Bell getting some momentum, though. That is some big momentum by Christopher Bell, but it just was not enough. And Chase Briscoe, after it almost looked like he was out of it, gets the segment win. Christopher Bell finishes in second in the segment number 2, and Ross Chastain finishes in third. What a great segment that was. As we move on to segment number 3. Segment number 3 is up to go, and Brad Keselowski qualified third. Brad Keselowski has had a pretty rough year so far in that 6 car. He barely got into the All-Star Crazy House Cup Series All-Star race. He's 24th in points as of right now. He passed Austin Cindric by, I believe, like 2 or 3 points. Joey Logano in the 22 starting second. Todd Gillen 34 third. And Carson Hocevar starting 4th. Man, look at this great defensive move by the 6 car. Brad Keselowski, Logano trying to pass Keselowski. Keselowski not clear. Tries to block Logano. Somehow it works. I cannot believe they didn't wreck there. Coming to, I believe, yes, 2 laps to go. It's Keselowski still your leader. Logano second. Gillen third. Hocevar in 4th. All right, Keselowski takes the white flag, but it's really good defense played by the 6 car. Very aggressive blocking by the 6. Gets sideways the whole entire front stretch. Finally gets it back from being sideways after they cross the finish line. So with the white flag out, Keselowski's still your leader. Logano still in second. Gillen still in third. Hocevar still in 4th. 3 Fords, 1 Chevy. Let's see who takes. Brad Keselowski, RFK Racing, get the segment win. Joey Logano will be starting in second, ending second. Todd Gillen finishes in third. Carson Hocevar 4th. That was a very clean race. Keselowski put on a lot of defense there. Everybody else just pretty much did about as average as they did in qualifying, and that's good for them. All right, segment number 4, Kyle Larson in that 5 car did really good in qualifying. He's been having a kind of a iffy year. Had the pole for Bristol, and ever since then, Kyle Larson really hasn't done a whole lot. He's been about average this year. Tyler Reddick in the 45, starting in second. He also is doing iffy. He's doing okay. SVG in the 88, he's doing decent. Allgaier in the 40, having a very underrated season as well. All right, we got a caution on the track. Let's take a look at what happened between the 45 and the 40 cars. And the 5 of Larson playing some defense. And then SVG in the 88 does not lift a single time. Gets into Larson. Larson sideways takes a pretty big hit. Larson took a very hard hit there from the 88. SVG, that moves him up to second. If Larson didn't get sideways, though, I feel like Larson would still be your leader either way. But SVG up to second. Shane Van Gisbergen and Trackhouse Racing upset the segment. They go from fourth to second and then to the lead. Justin Allgaier, who started fourth. SVG started third, Justin Allgaier finishes in second. Kyle Larson finishes third. Tyler Reddick fourth. Segment number 5, Chase Elliott in that 9 car. He is right now second place in points. He's only like 3 or 4 points behind the points leader, Chase Briscoe, in the 19. He's starting first in this segment. Chase Elliott's teammate, the 24 car, William Byron, starting second. These are all Chevys that are in this segment, by the way. All 4 of these cars are Chevys. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47, Ty Dillon in the 10. Oh, look at this replay. Chase Elliott in the 9 on the outside. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 on the inside. Photo finish. But I think it's Chase Elliott who takes it by his front bumper. Yes, it is. By 0.19 seconds. That's not by that much. But Chase Elliott able to hold off Ricky Stenhouse. Stenhouse's car looks really fast, though. Chase Elliott might have to play a little defense here with a few laps to go. We got a caution on the track again. The yellow flag is out. Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. still first and second. And it's William Byron, who's sideways in front of the 10 of Ty Dillon, who's on the outside lane. The 24 and the 10 cars tangled up. We will not get a replay, which is unfortunate. But like I said before, earlier in this video, it's a YouTube video. You can always play it back. Well, with the white flag out, Chase Elliott doing a good job holding off the 47 car. We'll see what Ricky Stenhouse Jr. can do. Excuse me, there's 2 to go, All right, segment 5 is done. Chase Elliott dominates the segment. Very simple and easy segment win for that 9 car. He is looking good. Ty Dillon comes out of nowhere and passes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for second. Ricky Stenhouse finishes in third. William Byron with a very disappointing car. It's not looking to be a very good all-star race for that 24 car. He's been kind of struggling all year ever since he won Echo Park. But now we move on to segment number 6. This is the last segment until we move on to the fourths. We have Ryan Blaney in the 12 car, did really good in qualifying in that 12 car. Next to him in the 21 starting second, that's Josh Berry. Then the 71 car starting third is Michael McDowell. And then J.J. Yealy, who's one of the most underrated drivers so far this year. He's been not qualifying good, but finishing well in that 44 car. Caution is out on the track for another El Reco. And I think that was J.J. Yealy who was flipping. Yes, it was. He's on his side on the outside lane. Michael McDowell next to him. He's sideways right beside him. That 44 car is on his side. Let's take a look at what happened. He's side by side with Barry here. Oh, he hits the wall, and then the 71 gets underneath the 44. And I think the 44 took a shot from the 71 while he was about to go on his side. I think that's how the 44 got on his side. That really sucks for J.J. Yuli. He's, like I said, one of the most underrated drivers with finishing this year. He hasn't been qualifying well, but he's been doing well enough to get to this All-Star race. But very disappointing day for that 44 car. And coming to the white flag, it's Blaney still leading, holding off Barry. Segment number 6 is in the books. Ryan Blaney dominates the segment. Pretty easy segment for that 12 car. Just had to play a little bit of defense, a couple laps, and that's all you got to do to win the segments. Josh Berry looking to have a pretty good all-star race so far. He's had a pretty good race in that 21 car. Finishes in second, and then finishing third, the 71 car of Michael McDowell. Not sure how good Michael McDowell did in that segment. We didn't talk about him that much, unfortunately. But I think Michael McDowell is still going to have a good race. But anyways, now that we are done with all 6 of our regular segments, before we move on to the 4th race, we'll be right back after these messages. Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Jalapenos, baby back ribs. Yum, yum, yum. Come get your baby back ribs here at Jalapenos Famous Restaurant. Always yummy food everywhere you go here. Jalapenos. Have you been accused of a crime that you did not commit? Well, you need to get on the phone and call the law offices of Harry, Dingle, and Barry. Been serving you since 2002. Call Harry, Dingle, and Barry. Call Harry, Dingle, and Barry. The Crazy Dallas Cup Series is officially halfway in the season number 3. And it has been a complete chaos season for the Crazy Dallas Cup Series. There's been a lot of big wrecks, big upset winners, big passes, photo finishes, all sort of crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this Crazy Dallas Cup Series, one of possibly these drivers that we're going to show on your screen the next minute or two are going to be your Crazy Dallas Cup Series champion. So without further ado, while you're watching this video, please take a moment and pray for your favorite driver / your driver that you picked throughout this season win the championship. Thank you. Alright, prayers are up, guys. We're just joking. But in all seriousness, with the Crazy Dallas Cup Series already being halfway through the season number 3, I really hope you guys are enjoying the season so far, and let me know in the comments for this Crazy Dallas Cup Series first ever All-Star race if I need to do anything different. Alright, with the commercials being done, we are going to our 4th race where we are only going to have, it looks like, one segment of 4 cars, and Carson Hocevar, Tyler Reddick, William Byron starting 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. This is your only cars for the 4th race. There will be 4 laps, which is quite a lot for only being 3 cars, but one of these 3 cars is going to advance their way to race against the cars that finished in 3rd. Caution is out on the track for Tyler Reddick. Not sure what happened to him. Let's take a look here. I think, he got sideways coming out of the turn. That 45 car hanging its life from falling on that track. No replay. Man, what is going on with this picture? It's all blurry. Anyways, Coming to, I believe, the white flag. Carson Osvar is your leader at 77 car. William Byron in second at 24 car. And Tyler Reddick's going to pick the outside to help out that 24 car William Byron. Wow, a little slide job by the 24 car to the 77 gets him the segment win. William Byron, who looked like he was going to have a really bad race, is going to advance to the thirds. That's going to automatically give William Byron some extra points as long as he doesn't El Reco. That's big for that 24 car. Carson Hocevar had a run by Tyler Reddick coming to the stretch, but it just was not enough. And Tyler Reddick almost finishes in second. But it's going to be Byron winning it all. Hocevar second, Reddick third. Here is a look at all your cars for the third race. Ty Gibbs in the 54, Ross Chastain in the 1, Todd Gillen 34, Kyle Larson 5, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 47, Michael McDowell 71, and William Byron is your wild card car that had to advance to get here from the 4th. So now he'll be a third place car technically now. He's a wild card though. But let's take a look at your first segment. Looks like we'll have 2 segments of this. One being 4 cars, the other being 3. Here's your first segment of the thirds. Ty Gibbs going to be on the pole for this one in the 54. Next to him in the 34, Todd Gillen starting second. Third place starting is the 47 to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And then your wild card car, William Byron, the 24. Like I said, looked like he was out of it, and all of a sudden, he's still in the race. Caution is out on the track. Looks like William Byron used up all his luck to get to the thirds. He is stuck on the track. I saw him getting stuck there. He did not have much momentum. I think he got put in the wall by the 47. Yes, he did. The 47 to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got into him. And look at Ty Gibbs playing some defense. Look at Ricky Stenhouse. He's going to push Ty Gillen to the lead. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was able to pass Ty Gibbs for second. What a horrible lap for Ty Gibbs. He had no momentum after trying to play that dumb block on the 34. That killed the momentum for the 54. Todd Gillen up to the lead with just a few laps to go. Oh, big wreck behind Todd Gillen, your leader. Caution out for an El Reco. Let's take a look and see what happened. I saw a big wreck. They were flipping, they're flying. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And it's Ty Gibbs who is on his side, stuck on the railing. William Byron is sideways right next to the outside of him. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looked like he was stuck on the wall on the outside, but he's still in it. It's Ty Gibbs who was the only El Reco. There is a replay. Looked like the 24 kind of got sideways in front of the 54, and then the 54 got stuck on the railing. It's kind of a cheap, probably one of the cheapest El Recos we'll see this season, but unfortunately for Ty Gibbs, he's out of it. Luckily, he's in the top 5 in points right now, so it won't affect him terrible. But coming to the white flag, Todd Gillen, your leader still, ever since he made that beautiful pass on the 54, he has been dominating. Excuse me, there's 2 laps to go. I'm so bad. William Byron comes out of nowhere and gets the segment win. That 24 car lucks up again. William Byron is going to go from the 4s to the 2nds with 2 big segment wins. The 24 car is a legend today. Todd Gillen, it looked like he was going to have it easily in the bag. He finishes in 2nd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who honestly had a really good car, finishes in 3rd. Wow, that's surprising. That 24 car strikes again, and now Chastain going to be your leader in that one Busch Light car for segment number 2 of the thirds. Kyle Larson, William Byron's teammate in that 5HendrickCars.com red, white, and blue scheme. Beautiful scheme, by the way. Never should change. And second, Mike McDowell in that 71 Workforce car in third. Kyle Larson, Hendrick Motorsports sweep their segments. William Byron won their segment for Hendrick Motorsports for the first group. Hendrick Motorsports wins it for the second. That 5 car, Kyle Larson finishes in first, able to pass and hold off the 1 car, Ross Chastain, who finishes in second. Mike McDowell finishes third. And now we move on to these seconds, and we have a lot of them. These are all your cars that actually have a shot to win it. We have Bubba Wallace in the 23, Christopher Bell in the 20, Joey Logano in the 22, Justin Allgaier in the 40, Ty Dillon in the 10, Josh Berry in the 21. And then you have your 2 wildcard cars that had to advance their way to get here, which are both the Hendrick Motorsport cars, the 24 William Byron and Kyle Larson in the 5. Looks like we'll have 2 segments. We'll have 2 segments of 4 cars because we have 8 cars in total. Your first segment is going to be led by the 23 car, Bubba Wallace. Has a really good car. Did really well in qualifying. Next to him in the 22, Joey Logano starting second. Next to Logano is the 10 car, Ty Dillon, who is pretty underrated this year. Top 20 in points as of right now, easily. Then that 24 car, oh boy, William Byron. Can he strike it again? I think there's some deja vu going on with this 24 car William Byron. Caution's out on the track, by the way. And just like William Byron's last segment, he kind of screwed around the first lap where he wrecked. Let's take a look at what happened with Byron. Oh, Ty Dillon. Looked like he lost control of his car and went straight to the outside wall and wrecked. He still crossed finish line third. Not sure if that was intentional or Ty Dillon just misjudged the gap, or maybe Byron got into him. I don't know what happened there. There's still a lot of laps left, though, for William Byron, though. Anything can happen. Ooh, that's not good for the 24. Caution's out for it. Now they're El Reco. I think it's the 24. No, it's Ty Dillon. The 24 car's still in it. How is this 24 car still alive? William Byron might have some of the best luck in the Crazy House Cup Series right now. Oh, and we're not even going to get a replay. I think William Byron intentionally wrecked Ty Dillon there after what Ty Dillon misjudged the gap or whatever. Ty Dillon's probably not happy at the 24, but coming to the white flag, Bubba Wallace still your leader. Logano's still in second. Byron still has a chance, guys. I mean, it's pretty slim now. But William Byron, that 24 car, still has a chance. Oh, no, oh my goodness, there's 2 to go. Well, you know what they say. You can't win them all, and that's a doubtful thing to do. If you're William Byron at 24, Bubba Wallace gets the segment win. He will advance to the B main, which is the second to the next round of the main event. Logano second, Byron third. There goes William Byron's day, but he has a good day, though. He had a really good day, to be honest. All right, here's your other segment for the seconds. It's the 20 car, Christopher Bell starting in first. Justin Allgaier in the 40 car starting second. Josh Berry in the 21 starting third. And then your other wild card car, Kyle Larson, the 5, HenrickCars.com car. He has a good shot to get to the B main, but he's going to have to win it and pass those guys. Caution is out on the track. There's a horrible crash. There is an El Reco, and it looks like it's Justin Allgaier. Oh, he's upside down, coming right off the track. Looks like that track needs some repairs. Here's a replay. He's side by side with Barry. Oh, I think Barry squeezed him in the wall. I'm not sure if Barry didn't lift there or what, but that 21 car definitely either got loose, tight, or something. That 21 car just definitely did not make the turn very good at all. And Justin Allgaier is out of the race, but your leader is still Christopher Bell. There's still 2 laps to go. Man, it seems like there's always a lot of cautions and El Recos on like lap 2. Anyways, Bell is your leader in that 20 car on the inside. Josh Berry in the 21 on the outside, starting second. Kyle Larson third. Wow, take a look at a replay here. 21 car Josh Berry, 20 car Christopher Bell. Little crossover move by the 21. Gets him the lead with the white flag out. Coming to the white flag, Josh Berry, who has been struggling all year this year in the Crazy House Cup Series. Barely got into All-Star race. I think he was like 23rd in points. Barely got into All-Star race by like 10 or 15 points at most. He is coming to the white flag. Oh, the yellow flag is out. Caution is out. We got a pretty bad wreck. No El Reco. That's a good sign, especially for Christopher Bell fans. Kyle Larson going to finish second. Barry's going to be your segment winner. He's going to the B main. And it's Bell who is stuck on the outside wall, kind of what happened to Ty Dillon earlier before this race. No replay because not really a lot happened with the 20. He just hit the wall and stopped. So we really don't need a replay there, to be honest. But Josh Berry gets the segment win. He's going to the B main. He's got a good car. He's got a good shot. But there goes Kyle Larson, that 5 car. He's going to have another good day of points for that 5 car, but just not really what he needed. He needed more than just a top 10 or whatever he had. Christopher Bell going to finish in third in that 20 car. It will be a decent day of points for that 20 car, Christopher Bell. But before we move on to the B main, we'll be right back after these messages. Are you wanting to take your main squeeze down on a date, but all your skrill has left you out? Well, don't worry about that, because the Crazy Dallas Cup Series has you covered for fun, racing action, and entertainment that you will never get sick of. Thank you. Are you too old for life? Are you sick of life and think life sucks, and you don't want to go to a retirement home when you get older in the future? Well, don't worry about that, because Green Chairs has you covered for awesome entertainment for elderly that will never get sick of fun games and maybe possibly a strip club for older women and men. Green Chairs for the elderly that can't stand life. Are you hungry for pizza? Well, I have the best place for you. Come to Papa Fire's Pizza, which is a pizza joint all over the Crazy Dallas Cup Series, and you will enjoy it a lot, and I mean a lot. Papa Fire's Pizza. Pizza that you will always enjoy. Thank you. We're back! The Crazy Dallas Cup Series has came back in action halfway through the season. The All-Star race, the first ever Crazy Dallas Cup Series All-Star race, is almost in the books. And with all your pole setters, all your winners for each race so far this season, it's going to come down to who is going to have the most consistency this year. If you're going to win the Crazy House Cup Series champion, if you're going to be a Crazy House Cup Series champion, you're going to want to be the most consistent driver / racer, whatever you want to call it, in the Crazy House Cup Series. But at the end of the day, what we're here for to see who your winner will be for the Crazy House Cup Series first ever All-Star race. The question is, to everybody watching, who will be your first ever Crazy Dallas Cup Series All-Star race winner? All right, guys, we are here for the B main / main event. So there was a change in plans. Instead of doing 6 cars for the main event, I think it'll just be fine if we do the main event with 8 cars for this All-Star race. Because this will be the All-Star race, there will be a grand total of 8 laps here at Dover. And it's going to be really, really wild. That's all I'm going to say. So there will be 8 laps. Denny Hamlin, that 11 car, going to be is the pole setter. He's going to lead in first. Next to him is one of his teammates, 19 car Chase Briscoe. Brad Keselowski in the 6 car starting third. Shane Van Gisbergen, one of the best upsetters so far today in the 88. Starting 5th in that 9 car, that's Chase Elliott. Next to him in the 12 car, starting in 6th, that's Ryan Blaney. Josh Berry in the 21 car, and Bubba Wallace in the 23 car. Both of those guys are going to be starting 7th and 8th. Those are your wild card cars that had to advance their way to get here. 8 laps here at Dover. Let's see who takes it. Caution is out on the track. And let's look what happened. Denny Hamlin's your leader still. Looks like it might be, it's the Fords. It's Ryan Blaney who's stuck on top of the outside wall. And it's Bubba Wallace who's stuck in the middle of the track right behind him and Barry. Blaney and Barry. Barry's stuck right next to the outside wall. Blaney's stuck on top of the outside wall. Let's take a look at a replay. Those are the 3 cars that are in the very back. Blaney side by side with Barry. Man, it looks like Barry yet again, just like what happened before with Barry with that other guy, I forgot who. And look at this finish. Hamlin getting a little help from his teammate in the 19 of Briscoe. On the outside lane, gets Hamlin the lead still. Keselowski's going to be in second now, though. That's going to change things up drastically for Joe Gibbs Racing cars, the 11-19. And look at Chase Elliott. He's up to 4th now. SVG gets passed by Chase Elliott there. He's down to 5th now. Josh Berry's still in 6th. Blaney in 7th now. Bubba Wallace still in 8th. There's still 7 laps left. I also want to mention before we go green here, every single lap will be commentated now from now on to the end of this race. And we are also commercial free for the Crazy House Cup Series first ever All-Star race here at Dover. Let's go green again. New leader, Brad Keselowski in the 6 car gets the lead from Denny Hamlin. Here's a replay. Hamlin gets a great jump, but then Chase Elliott able to give Keselowski a huge push to get the 6 car in front of the 11, and then Chase Elliott gets turned by the 19 of Briscoe, or gets loose. Something happened with the 9, but Chase Elliott is now up to 3rd. Briscoe's down to 4th. That's your points leader in that 19. If Chase Elliott finishes above Briscoe by 2 positions today, he will be tied with Briscoe for the points lead, most likely. This is huge for Chase Elliott in the 9 car. If he wins this All-Star race, he'll be back to the points lead for sure. Barry able to pass SVG for 5th. SVG now down to 6th. Bubba Wallace able to pass Ryan Blaney for 7th. Blaney in 8th now. Wow, take a look at this crossover move for the lead. Hamlin back to the lead. What happened to Brad Keselowski? They're going 3 wide on Keselowski. Wow. Brad Keselowski looked like he got stuck on the railing or on the wall, on the inside wall, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin. Well, not Denny Hamlin, but SVG is now up to third. He passes Chase Elliott. SVG goes from 6th to 3rd. That is a huge move by the 88 car. Hamlin, your leader now. Now Chase Briscoe is your leader. Comes out of nowhere, gets a big push from Chase Elliott. Elliott able to hold on for second. And look at this little pack here. Keselowski sideways in front of the 23 and the 21. And then Shane Van Gisbergen goes from 6th back up to 3rd. All the way back now in 7th. SVG is having a wild ride so far. He's going up and down every lap. Chase Briscoe leading with 5 laps to go. Chase Elliott up to 2nd. Hamlin is in 3rd. Keselowski in 4th. All right, Chase Briscoe keeps the lead. But Denny Hamlin easily gets by Chase Elliott for 2nd. Chase Elliott kind of struggled that lap. Couldn't find a lot of momentum in that 9 car, but he's in 3rd now. Bubba Wallace is up to 4th. Where did Bubba Wallace come from? Lord. Keselowski down to 5th. Barry in 6th. 88 car still in 7th. Caution is out on the track. No El Reco. That's the first caution of today. And I think it's Chase Elliott who is in 3rd. It is. He's stuck on the inside wall. Here's a replay. He was, at one point, he's up to 2nd. And then everybody, Josh Berry. Oh, look at Berry getting a little feisty with the 6 car. Keselowski gets turned by the 21. But the 21 just could not get enough momentum because of that to beat Blaney. So Blaney's still ahead of Barry there. Blaney is now up to 4th. Blaney was in 8th for like 2 or 3 laps already. He's up to 4th. Briscoe back to the lead. Hamlin in 2nd. Bubba Wallace now up to 3rd. Those Toyotas, I'm telling you, are fast. Blaney is in 4th. Barry in 5th. Keselowski 6th. SVG still hanging there in 7th, and Chase Elliott now 8th with 4 to go. Wow, look at this move by Denny Hamlin. Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, teammates, they're side by side. Blaney gives the Hamlin a little bit of a push there, and SVG barely able to pass Chase Elliott. Look at that. Hamlin wins by a fender. By like half of a Goodyear tire here in the Crazy House Cup Series. That's like not even a quarter of an inch. I don't know how to explain it, but Hamlin back to the lead. Little crossover moves, gives the 11 back in the lead. With only 3 laps to go, your pole setter has been dominating this race mostly. Briscoe is teammate in 2nd. That's your points leader in 19 as of right now. Blaney up to 3rd. Bubba Wallace 4th. All right, coming to just a couple laps to go. I believe 3 or 4 laps, somewhere around there. Denny Hamlin, still your leader. Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin's teammate and the 19 points leader. Like I said before, both of those cars got sideways now of the whole pack. He's still in 2nd. Blaney's still 3rd. Wallace still 4th. Keselowski 5th. Barry 6th. Chase Elliott passes SVG for 7th. Oh, caution is out. We got a horrible wreck. Probably the worst wreck today for a big El Reco. I think I saw like 3 or 4 cars off the track, or at least down. Oh, Ryan Blaney, the Fords, Josh Berry, they're both on their side. SVG, Chase Elliott in the middle. They're still in it, though. The Chevys, they're still in it. They are 3 wide there. And Brad Keselowski, all the Fords are out of it. Brad Keselowski, literally all your forwards. Where's Denny Hamlin? He's off the track. Denny Hamlin, your pole sitter's off the track. What is going on? And Briscoe, it looked like he got sideways and got turned by Bubba Wallace. Here's a replay. Oh, Briscoe hit the wall. Bubba Wallace nowhere to go. It looked like Hamlin just got loose into the wall, inside wall, and that. Look, here's a replay. Oh, Blaney, Barry, Keselowski, and Hamlin both fall off the track. Blaney and Barry both get popped up on their side. Chase Elliott, SVG, nowhere to go, of course. And then Denny Hamlin was the main cause of how that happened. And because of that, that cost Denny Hamlin the lead. But man, all three Fords are out of it. That changes everything. There's going to be way more defensive and more teamwork now for the last couple laps here. Chase Briscoe still your leader. That lap, by the way, did not count. Nobody finished. So Briscoe still leads with that lap. Caution is out on the track for another El Reco. There was a big crash. I saw Briscoe go sideways. Chase Elliott's your leader, by the way. Where did Chase Elliott come from? He was in like 7th or 8th. Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace side by side. They're both in the wall. Briscoe is sideways. And it's Shane Van Gisbergen. A Chevy is down. It's Chase Elliott versus the Toyotas now. There's no more Fords, of course, but now there's only one Chevy and Chase Elliott. Wow, look at that move by Chase Elliott. He's on the outside. Then he sees Bubba Wallace hitting the wall. Chase Elliott, spotters doing their job, making sure Chase Elliott gets to the finish line so they can complete that lap. Chase Elliott's in trouble, though. He has no Chevy help. It's Chase Elliott versus 3 Toyotas, and there's only 2 laps to go. Chase Elliott is your leader. Denny Hamlin in 2nd. Bubba Wallace 3rd. Chase Briscoe 4th. Man, that sucks for Shane Van Gisbergen, though. I mean, he was having one of his best races this year. Caution is out on the track. I think it's for Bubba Wallace in the 23. There's Hamlin, there's Elliott, there's Briscoe. It's Bubba Wallace. He is stuck on the inside wall right where Hamlin wrecked. That costs all the Fords to be out of the race. And as well for Hamlin himself to fall off the track, of course. Oh, it looked like Elliott and Briscoe. It looked like Briscoe got in the back of Elliott, and Elliott got into Wallace, and just a whole lot of drivers being aggressive to get the CDCS first ever All-Star race win. Might be the only one, I don't know. I highly doubt that, though. All right, coming to the white flag. Denny Hamlin, your pole sitter. It looked like ever since he fell off the track, he was out of it. Hamlin back in the lead. Man, that 11 car is just so good here at Dover. Elliott 2nd, Briscoe 3rd, Wallace 4th. Let's do it. Denny Hamlin does it! He gets the first ever Crazy Dallas Cup Series All-Star Race win and holds off his teammate Chase Briscoe, points leader, and Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin gets his 2nd win of the season. And that is huge for that 11 car. Denny Hamlin is going to really go up in the point standings now. We'll get an update probably of those pretty soon. Probably in like the next week at most. Here's a look at your finishing order. Denny Hamlin finishes 1st. Chase Elliott was that close in 2nd. Chase Elliott, if Shane Van Gisbergen would have been in the race still, if he didn't wreck there, I think Chase Elliott might have actually won with the Chevy help, but Chase Elliott had no help. But he's lucky enough getting 2nd. Denny Hamlin's teammate Chase Briscoe gets 3rd. Bubba Wallace gets 4th in the 23. Great points day for all those guys. Chase Elliott, though, that's huge for that 9 car. Chase Elliott, not sure if he'll be the points leader now or not, but It'll be really tight. I'll say that. That's a huge second place finish for Chase Elliott, though, after him going all the way back to 8th. But because all those Fords wrecked, that really helped out Chase and Denny Hamlin, too. Here's a look at your finishing order from the 11 car, your winner here, to the 47, and the 77 to the 38. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was a really heck of a race. I mean, really was. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next race is Michigan, where you'll see some of the fastest laps here in the Crazy House Cup Series. Thank you all for watching.